Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to Project Holly. Today we are going to get the Bluetooth out. We are going to, what else are we going to do? I don't know, bit of titivation, but first thing I've got to do is get that Bluetooth out and sort out the door. Oh, that's the other thing, yeah, we need to get that door changed, so we're going to do that today as well. So let's get on with it. Let's get that Bluetooth unit out and get on with it. Before we get round to doing that Bluetooth unit, I just wanted to show you this. This is the diagram when I was doing the stereo on the blue car. I printed this out. So the two fuses that serve the Blue and Me are fuse F36 and F51, which are on the body module, i.e. the one inside the car. And so F36, I mentioned to you on a previous video that they serve other systems and I couldn't remember what they were, so I just thought I'd let you know. So F36 is the diagnostic socket, the radio, climate control if you've got it, and the EOBD. And F51 is the car radio, is the convergence, the Blue and Me, which is what we're looking at. Where are we? Lost it. Car radio, convergence, climate control if you've got it, stop lights and clutch. I believe clutch, I'm assuming they mean the clutch sensor. So what I'm just going to do quickly, I'm just going to make sure the brake lights work before I take it out. Because obviously we know the OBD, it's very windy today, we know the OBD works, we know the car radio works, and we know the diagnostic socket works. So it's not that one. So the only other one it could be would be that one. So again, we haven't got climate control. We haven't driven it, so we don't know about the clutch sensor, so I'm sure it is okay. It says car radio switch, so I don't really know what it means by car radio switch as such, rather than just car radio that it says on that one. But I'm just going to put a lump of wood in and make sure the brake lights come on, just to double check that. If they don't, then obviously we'll check the fuse, but otherwise we're just going to take it out. So yeah, let's do that. Right, here we go again. Got the back panel off, or the side panel off. There's your Blue and Me down there. Now I've got to drill the rivets out. Hate doing this. It's a real pain. Actually, it's a lot easier if you do take that back seat off, but I just didn't want to take it out. It's alright if you're doing seat belts, you don't need to, but you don't need to take the back panel off. But of course, when we're doing this, it needs to, because you need to get a drill in there to drill those rivets out. So now it's out, it'll have to stay out until such time as I get the Blue and Me unit back. So yeah, let's get on with it. Let's get it out. Today we are at long last going to do this door. We've had this door probably 3 weeks now and just haven't got round to doing it. So let's do it. Let's get it done, and then this car needs a damn good clean, and then we'll carry on with it. But first things first, let's get the door done. So stay tuned and let's get on with it. So yeah, this car is so dirty. Look at it. Look at the state of it. I mean, obviously we haven't had rain for weeks, but the tiny little sprinkling we had obviously got lots of crap in it, which has thrown itself all over the car. So as soon as I've literally today just finished Project Jacqui, apart from a couple of little issues that I've got to sort out, that car is immaculate and clean as a whistle. This is rotten. So in theory, the other car is a much nicer car than this, I feel. But you know, hopefully this car will be as good once I've finished. I've still got quite a bit of work to do. As you know, the Blue and Me unit has been sent that away a couple of days ago. They probably haven't even received it yet. Sent by Every, stroke Hermes, whatever you like to call them. Every, because they lose every parcel. Hopefully they won't. Got me 2 Blue and Me units in there that I've sent off, so hopefully they won't lose them. But yeah, I mean, it looks bad because it's so dirty, but we're not putting a new stereo in this. We're just we're going to put the repaired Blue and Me unit back in. We've still got some adjustments to do on this bonnet. There's a few bits of tarting up here and there, headlights and that headlight and the 2 DRLs have got to be polished up because they are bit naff, but wheels aren't too bad on this one. That's a pretty good wheel. I can't remember if I've replaced any of these now. I don't know. I lose track. I do so many cars at the same, and of course I've been doing 2 at the same time, which are identical pretty much. Same year, same model, different seats. Apart from that, they're the same. And I lose track of what I've done on what car. We've got to adjust this bonnet more, so it's got to go, the bonnet has got to go, at the bottom it's got to go that way, at the top it's got to go that way, so it needs a bit of twisting the night away and all that. So, but first things first, my daughter's working at home today, so I've already asked her, can you help me with the door? And she said, oh, but she'll come out and help me with it. So first things first, let's get the damn thing off. Let's do it. Right, doors on, just hung at the moment, that's all. There is a bit of a gap here, a big gap actually, so I'm pretty certain that those there's not enough damage to that door to warrant those things being dented, what do you call them, hinges being dented, so I think it's purely, what the hell? Oh. I'm just looking at that stripe. It's my imagination. No, it is my imagination, yeah. I thought for a minute that stripe went all, sorry, I'm not even pointing at it, the stripe all went all the way to the top. It's an optical illusion. It looks like it's cream downwards and whiter upwards, but I think it is an optical illusion. If I block that bit out and then look at it, it looks the same. That's bizarre. So as you can see, that's got to come off. I hate doing that, it's such a horrible job. The old boiling water trick, if it's a factory one, it will probably need the rubber wheel as well. Obviously I've got to change the handle because it's got the old lock, so I've got to get that out. We knew that that would probably need adjustment, so probably, yeah, I mean that needs to go forward. So that's open at the moment, the bonnet, that's why it looks so bad, but probably by tilting that forward a little bit to increase the gap, and I think we need to probably reduce the gap very, very slightly at the bottom. That may actually put that right, put that correct. So I may not need to do anything with the actual bonnet itself, but we'll see. But that's, yeah, we won't worry about that too much at the moment. Bit of a revelation when I got this. So that window, that's as far as that window goes down. I don't really know why. I didn't think it was the, oh, ouch. I didn't think it was the damage, because the damage is not that, it doesn't go in that far. And first of all, I thought, why is it stopping the glass going down? And I don't really understand why it is, but that's as far as it will go. But look at this. Some sort of Heath Robinson repair has been going on here, and there's some odd nuts on here. So I think at some point someone must have replaced the, what do you call it, the regulator. So I'm hoping I can get it off, because I always want to get the glass off. I didn't want to keep my finger on the button because that wasn't going any further, because I didn't want it to go and pop. So hopefully I can get that off. That's why I wound it down a bit. But yeah, I mean, that was how it was, you saw there. But worse than that, on this one, there was no bolt. There was a nut on the bottom, but there was no bolt on the top. So this door has clearly been off. Whether this is a replacement door that someone's put on at some point, I don't know, but that door's definitely been off, and someone has obviously lost the nut that goes on, oh sorry, the bolt that goes on the end there. Luckily, of course, I have some knocking around in my box of bolts. But obviously we'll take the speaker out, we'll take all the wiring out, take the hinges off, we'll take everything off that's useful. I don't bother with these rubber bits around the outside, I've never needed them. We'll take off, actually I should turn it round. We'll take these off because they're always handy to have. I just sent one of these actually, a passenger side one, a matte one. I just sent one to Alex at 101 Salvage for his, I think it's, I'm not sure if it's for his pop or for his bath. So I had a few of them. Most of what I've got are driver's side ones, but I did have a decent passenger side one of those. So I sent one of those in the post to Alex last week. Hopefully, or the weekend, hopefully you should get that next day or so. Yeah, so there's a little bit of adjustment needed. The gap's okay. It's just that needs moving in at the top. So possibly, don't know. We'll have a little fiddle around with those, with the hinges, and make it go in and out. We'll sort it one way or the other. So I need to find those bolts. I've got one bolt. I've just got to find another bolt to sort that out. And then once we get it all tightened up, that's got to come off, obviously, because we haven't got one on the other side. I did contemplate with putting one on here, but I thought, what's the point? I might as well just take that one off. Not much point, really. I've taken them off before, and they're just stuck on, and then by the time you get the glue off, there's, you know, you wouldn't even know it'd been on there. So it needs a little bit of cleaning up. I was hoping it would just be a straight on, but because we've changed the wing, that's obviously why. The wind's coming up today. That's why it's not equal, which, you know, I never really expected it to be honest. But we'll sort that afterwards. We'll get the door on first. And really, I suppose what I want to do is sort out this gap here first. So probably the hinge needs moving slightly to move it in at the top. Because of course, although I don't think for a minute that those hinges have bent there, it all depends on where the position of those hinges are. Because I've done a couple of these, and you know, depending on, you know, those hinges on the door move up and down a little bit and in and out a little bit. So depending on when you're doing a like for like, quite often they just bolt straight on and they're perfect. More often than not they do. But if they're in a slightly different position, or as this may have been adjusted, because this is possibly a replacement door, which I think it probably is, then they're going to need a bit of adjustment. But as I say, the gap is perfect. Okay, let's do it. Let's get on with it. Let's go and find a replacement bolt and get this done. Very warm doing this in this weather. So yeah, I haven't done any more to this door apart from putting the bolts in. I think you saw that on the time lapse. I'm tempted to start doing that, even though I'd like to try and adjust the door first, because if I jet wash the door, water's going to get in there. So I think I'm going to try and adjust that first before I do anything else, just to try and get it to move in to the correct place. I've got this has had a different regulator on it. It's obviously had get it out. Yeah, I don't know what this is not a 500 regulator. So me thinking they've just put a bit of Heath Robinson wire on it. It's actually a different regulator, different type of regulator. So yeah, I'm not quite sure where that's come from, but they've obviously used something from a different car and put it in this. Don't know. So it's quite difficult to get off. So that, I mean, that's the thing there, that it goes onto the glass. I mean, it's in good condition, this, but I don't know what car it's off of. I mean, definitely it fitted on here. I suppose it's worth keeping. But yeah, there's nothing FT28, that's the only thing that's on it. There's no other marking on it at all. So God knows what it's off of. Unless it's just an aftermarket one, maybe. But it did the job. I don't know if it's meant to be bent like that. Possibly. I suppose the glass is not straight, is it? So yeah, I guess it probably is meant to be. That shape I've never noticed, to be honest. But yeah, this has been out before as well. Look, because that's got a cable tie on it. So there's been some serious work done on this car in the past. Certainly on this door, anyway. Peculiar. Anyway, I've just messaged the scrap man. Now I've got this door off, I've got a mountain of scrap for him. Front panels, the door, radiators, wings, all sorts of stuff. It's all in my back garden, behind the garage. As well as all the bumpers that I need to take to the dump as well. I need to cut them up and bag them up and take them to the dump. That'll have to be next week, I think. But yeah, I've got everything off. Oh, just the speaker left to take off. Everything else is stripped. Oh no, door handle. Yeah, door handle, that's got to come off. I'll take that off now, actually. The lock and everything, as I showed you, is off, so it should just be a matter of pulling that lock off now. I've got all the bolts undone. Because obviously I'm not going to bother doing that just now, because you only need it when you need to open it with a key, of course. Which, of course, you don't want to have to happen if the battery goes flat and you can't get in the car, and the only way to get in the car is with a key. So I suppose I ought to do it sooner rather than later. But I'm not going to do it today because it's too hot. I'm in full sun out here and it's just too hot. So I'm going to give this a clean. I'm going to use the old pink snow foam on this because I'm dying to use it. And once I've snow foamed it, I'm then going to have a go at getting those those stripes off. But yeah, handle first, because if the scrap man who lives up the road happens to come down today, then I want it to all be ready for him. Right, let's get on. Right, it's all clean now, ish. Not clean, but I've just given it a pink snow foam, as you saw. We have some alignment issues, as we know. If I bring that door in like it is at the moment, which is, as you can see, is too far in, this end is fine. So going by where the wing is, I feel that the bottom of the door needs to come out. The bottom of the door comes out. That'll push the top of the door in, because if that's in the correct position here, it goes back to how it was before. So the door, the alignment there is absolutely fine. So I feel that the door's got to come out a bit. Obviously, don't worry about the gap, because the gap has got to be adjusted with the wing. But the problem is, I can't get a spanner on that nut. I think it's a little bit rounded off. And I'm just making it worse by trying to get a spanner on it. You can't get a socket on it because there's no room. So I think what I'm going to have to do is take the door off again and then get a socket on it. And once it's undone, I can swap the bolt over from the one I took out the old one. It's literally just the bolt. It's just rounded off. It's a 15mm bolt, but it's just very, very slightly rounded off. Those bolts are so tight. I should have loosened it first when it was on the door. The ones I took off the old door, they were a job and a half to get off. I wish I'd loosened them first. Just enough to, if you do need to adjust them. I think I'm going to do that in future. Whenever I put doors on, before I put them on, I'm going to just loosen those bolts up, tighten them back up again. It'll avoid this, because that does, without a doubt, need to come out very, very slightly, which will push the top in. And then I can bring the top back out to where it should be, and then it'll be fine. So it's not the hinges, it's just the position of the bolts, and in relation to the wing, of course. If it wasn't for the way that, I mean, this is in the correct place, obviously, and of course we've got a big gap there, so that needs to come out, and I can make it come out, but when I do that, the top comes out. So I think without a doubt that needs to move just out slightly, because going by where the wing is, I know it's a new wing that's on, but you can see it's in on the wing, so it does need to come out without a shred of a doubt. But yeah, unfortunately I'll have to take the door off again, which is a pain in the backside, but if it's got to come off, it's got to come off. So that's it for now. I think I'm worn out, and I've been in pretty much full sun all day. This is almost, I'm in the shade just here where I am now, but yeah, it looks better now. It's clean-ish. Snow foamed anyway. Yeah, be good to carry on with this now, get that done. So I was going to do those stripes today, but I think I just had enough for one day. I've been working on Project Jacqui today as well. Speaking of Project Jacqui, in an hour's time I've got to go and get the aircon done as well. So it's all go. I haven't heard back from the scrap man. He's normally, I think he's off tomorrow, so hopefully he'll come tomorrow and collect it all. So yeah, that's it for the time being. Same video, but we'll be back, probably won't be till next week sometime, Monday or Tuesday next week, and then we'll get this one uploaded probably for next Wednesday, I think. I'm not sure now. Not sure what I've already got lined up for you. So this might come next weekend, but of course when you're seeing it, next weekend is now, isn't it? So it's pointless me saying that, really. Okay, anyway, so for now, that's it. We'll be back as and when and get that door sorted. Okay, welcome back again. Same video. However, what you've just seen was a good couple of weeks ago, because I've been finishing off Project Jacqui, which is now sold to one of the subscribers. So that was Steve, who contacted me some time ago. Has bought the car for his wife, collected it on Sunday, and so now we're back on this one. So today for this video I'm going to put the repaired Blue and Me unit back in. So I'm not going to fix it in position, I'm just going to put it in position and plug it in, and then we'll try it in the car and hope that it works, of course. Yeah, it's been repaired, £78, got 2 repaired, as I think you know, out of both cars. 78 quid for each, and then it was £15 special delivery combined, so £7.50 delivery. I've sort of chopped it in half, and you know, for the budget and what have you. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. If it works, fingers crossed it will. If it does work, what I will do is the contact details for the fella on eBay. You don't have to hit buy now on eBay. You can do it just by calling him, and then he'll send you details. What he does as well, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, is obviously he confirms the price, but what he also says is that he gives you the address, you send it to him. If he fixes it, he then sends you an invoice, and then you just pay him by bank transfer. Which is exactly what I'd done, and it worked really well, rather than having to pay, you know, and then it don't work, and people argue with you and say, well, you know, it was your unit, not, which has happened to me before, where I've had my airbag ECUs bricked by some incompetent idiot that did it wrong. So that's quite a good way of doing it, and it's cheap as well, because I paid the last one I had done, I paid £156, I think it was, so it's half the price basically, and that's assuming it works. We'll put it in, fingers crossed, and then we'll try it. Back shortly. Okay, so no tools required for this bit, obviously, just to plug it in. Because I'm not gonna, obviously, as I said, I'm not gonna. There's my socket. I wonder what that. Ow! Ow! I'm sitting on stuff. I wonder what happened to that. I'd lost it. My 17-inch impact wrench. Right, what am I sitting on? Screwdrivers and stuff, probably. Oh, bolts. Seatbelt bolts. Right, so let's plug it in. Yeah, I won't even bother putting it in position at the moment. I'll just plug it in, and then give it a whirl. Right, that's plugged in. Simple as that. Assuming it works, we can then get the side panel back on, all these done up, and the seat base back in, and then that'll be that bit, and obviously seatbelt reconnected. So right, let's come around to the front, fire up the ignition, and hope for the best. Let's do it. Right, I'm doing this live for you now. I've not tried it myself yet, so you know, I'm sure some people do that. You know, they'll say, "Oh, let's look and see if it's worked." And they've already done that for, I'm not sure everybody does, but I'm sure some people do that. I've never done that. I always do it live, so, you know, my reaction is, oh, sugar, it hasn't worked. I've got to do these as well. Both sides have come off, so the stereo's got to come out, but another day. Anyway, right, let's give it a whirl. So, hopefully, key case has just fallen apart. That needs a new key case. Hopefully, we'll turn this on. I'll press the button on the steering wheel, and it will do something. If music comes on when I start up, I will mute it, cut it and mute it, just so it doesn't mess up me algorithms. But this thing keeps falling off. I've got to wiggle the steering wheel, bear with. There we go. Right. Okay, so stereo's off. Oh yeah, we need a new aerial in this as well, don't we? So we've got no signal. Luckily I have another aerial. Let's try No, I don't think we're getting anything. No, getting no signal at all. There is an aerial on it. That really must be in bad condition. Anyway, we don't need to worry about that, so we press the Windows button. Yes, Blue Me voice, it's working. Phone.
There's no Bluetooth phone connected.
Right, we know just by cancel. We know just by doing that it works. So that's fantastic. So it has worked. Excellent. What else? I'm not going to bother trying the socket down there. That's the tester. We know it works if that's the case. That's brilliant. So I need to sort that aerial out as well. But now that we know that works, we can put it all back in. Obviously that needs to be riveted back in. I'll do that, and then we'll get all that back panel and that on. That's good. I'm pleased about that. So yeah, if you have a look in, if you want to know if you've got a Blue and Me unit that needs repairing, have a look at. I will put a link to his eBay listing, but I will also put his phone number in there and that, so you can phone him direct. You don't need to go through the eBay listing, but you do need to speak to him because you need to give him the serial number, model number of your unit, because I think it varies depending on what it was. I think most of them are the same sort of price, if not all the same price, but he wants to know beforehand what model number it is. Yeah, so I'll put that on the description, so have a look there and it'll give you all those details. Right, let's get the Blue and Me riveted back in and then get the side panel back on. Right. Okay, so I apologise if you're going to be picking up a lot of my back in this. But, sat on that sharp edge again. But it's a bit difficult to film, really. So I apologise for that. Let's get all this stuff out of the way that I'm sitting on. Okay, so, oh God, this is hard. This bloody pieces of metal in this car. Like that. And I know these are quite tricky to get the plugs undone when this is connected. I don't know why, so I'm going to take the thing out again just easier. Just get it to there. Oh, right, plug it in. I hope you're seeing this. That's better. It's got stuck again. There we go. Right, got there in the end. Blimey, what a palaver. Now I'm using smaller ones, slightly smaller ones. You don't need them so chunky. I always put my gloves on because I've got a new drill now, so I might actually try that. Remember I bought that thing a while ago, the one that goes on the end of a drill that you can use instead of this, because I've never got on with anything else, and my old drill was so rubbish that it didn't have the oomph. But let's get these done up first. Oh, it's really awkward, this. Really awkward. You just can't get your hands behind it properly. I think the top ones are possibly easier. Oh, that's it, that's that one. Next one. Yeah, slightly easier this one. I think you would, if you were doing this and you didn't have a rivet gun, I think you would struggle because the way this is built, there's no way you could get a nut and a bolt behind it. I don't think you might be able to use large self-tapping screws possibly, but I don't think it'd end up rattling. I don't think it would be secure enough. So you would, I think, if you haven't got one of these, borrow one or buy one. They're only cheap, but you do need one. There we go, that's that one. That's the 3 of those done, and then we plug that back into there. And that's it. Safe as houses. Okay, so now we've done that, I'm going to get the hoover out and just hoover out down here again, and then I'm going to get the back panel back on again, panel on, get these things back on, and get the seat pad back in, and then we'll come back. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, that's it. All back in. Seat belts fastened up down there. Back panels on. Everything's on. Seats back in. Done. That's another job done. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is call it a day on this video, so this can be uploaded for Wednesday's video. So that's it for another day on Project Holly. We are getting there now. We are really getting there now. Now Project Jacqui's gone, we can concentrate on this one. I was bidding on cars yesterday. I bid on 3 or 4 cars yesterday, and there's a couple I'm going to be bidding on today. Yeah, so hopefully maybe by midweek next week I might have a new project, because this one really not going to take that much longer to do now. Still got to sort that door out as I showed you earlier on, but that shouldn't be too difficult to do. Hopefully it will go according to plan. And we've got to get those stripes off the side, general clean up. There's bits and pieces still to do, but nothing majorly left to do. But that will be on Sunday's video. So enjoy this one. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I always enjoy doing these videos, as you know, putting them out for you. Nothing spectacular on this one, but it's still just getting the project completed. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. As always, if you're not a subscriber, hit that button up there, subscribe to the channel, and down there somewhere is the thumbs up. Please give us a thumbs up on this video and all the other videos for that matter that you watch, because it really does help. It helps get it out to other people. It helps with viewings and so on and so forth. So yeah, as always, as again, thanks again for watching. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one.